Hello everyone, happy Friday, or if you're watching this later, happy whatever day of the week it is. It's also the first day of May. Time is so crazy right now. I'm not sure what day of the week it is half the time, and I definitely had to think about what month it was right then. So I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're not going crazy during this time of quarantine, and I also hope that you're staying very safe and healthy. We're going to start our class today with a little meditation. And just to let you know, today will be more of a slow flow class, so we'll be moving a little bit slower than my last couple of classes that I've posted on YouTube. And also, my name is Amelia. If I haven't met you before, I'm so happy you're joining me today for this practice. So we're going to start in a seated position. So find a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. It could be in a chair, it could be on the floor, it could be on your couch. So just find a comfortable place. But I want you to be able to sit up really tall. So ground your sit bones down, lengthen through your spine. So imagine a string is pulling the crown of your head all the way up towards the ceiling. And then roll your shoulders back and down, and let all of this space between your ears and your shoulders just kind of melt downward, releasing any built up tension that you have there. Your hands can rest wherever is most comfortable for you. And then either close your eyes or find a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. To start our meditation today, we're just going to first tune into our breath without changing our breath at all. So sometimes we come into a deeper breath, but right now we're just going to observe our natural breath. And of course, this is a little bit challenging because as soon as you draw attention to your breath, things do start to change, but try to let your breath just be as easeful and natural as possible. Once you've found your breath, tap into the physical sensations of your breath. And that could feel like a lot of things. So maybe you're focusing in on the rise and fall of your belly. Or maybe you can feel the air moving in and out of your nose. Or maybe you can feel your breath somewhere else within your body. Sometimes I can feel my breath really easily in my throat as I breathe in and out. And we'll take a few more moments here just to follow the movement of our breath. And take one more deep breath in and exhale, release it out. Take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And for the next few moments before we start our physical practice, I'd like for you to tune into your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, and ask yourself, what am I searching for today? What drew me to this yoga practice? What do I need in this moment? And whatever that is for you, whether it's peace or balance or a healthy distraction from the rest of your life, breathe into that and know that for this next hour, you can focus purely on your movement, your breath, being present in the moment. And you can let go of everything else, anything else that is on your mind that is stressful or full of fear or anxiety. Let that all go and just be right here, right now, breathing, moving on your mat. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. So exhale completely wherever you are. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale like a sigh. Another deep breath in. And release it out. Last one. Big inhale, fill all the way up. And exhale. You can release your arms down. Gently open your eyes or refocus your gaze. Next, we'll be coming to our mat. So find your mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, just find a nice carpeted area, or maybe you can place a blanket down on the ground wherever you are. We're going to start in a child's pose. So I'll take a moment to meet you there, but if you're ready, go ahead and get settled into a child's pose and we'll get started very shortly. Once you're resting in your child's pose, come back to your breath. Throughout our entire practice today, we'll be focusing on breath attached to movement. So even though we're in stillness right now, find the movement within your breath. So as you inhale, you'll feel your belly expand, maybe your back expand as well. And as you exhale, there's a physical softening, allowing your body to release a little bit more into your mat. Notice if you feel any tightness here. I know I'm feeling some tightness in my hips and my glutes today, and I can definitely feel that right now. And if you're feeling any resistance or strain in your back or your hips, make your breath a little bit deeper and send your exhales down into those spaces. Start to create some ease with your breath. Throughout practice today, you are welcome to come back into child's pose whenever you need it, just to catch your breath or rest or tune back inward. Whatever you need can be right here in this child's pose. We'll take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release it out. When you're ready, come up to a tabletop position. So hands come underneath your shoulders, knees stack underneath your hips. And take a deep breath in right here. As you exhale, round through your spine, drop your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, arch your back, drop your belly, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale to round through your body. Inhale, press your heart forward, lift your tailbone high. Exhale, completely round. Push into the floor a little bit more to get into your shoulders a little deeper. Inhale, arch upward, gaze high. Deep exhale to release. We'll take a couple more of these. Big breath in. Deep breath out. Last inhale, press forward, look up. Exhale. Come back to a neutral position. And slowly start to sink your hips back into space. This time, don't drop your head down, but instead reach your fingertips forward. Look forward. Reach even more forward. Keep walking those fingertips forward, then rest your forehead down. So you should feel a big stretch through your arms this time. Fingers spread wide. Press your hips back a little bit more. On your next inhale, roll forward. Find that tabletop position. Coming into a dynamic sequence here. Bend your elbows lower all the way down onto your belly. When you get there, lift up onto your fingertips. Inhale, lift your heart, low Cobra Pose. Exhale, release down. Hands come flat. Push into your hands. Come back up to that tabletop. And exhale, sink back into Child's Pose. So we're going to do this a couple times, moving into our body a little deeper. Inhale, come forward. Find that tabletop. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart, low Cobra Pose. Exhale, release. Push into your hands. Lift with your core first. So belly button lifts up, push straight up, and then sink back, Child's Pose. Let's do one more round. Inhale, roll forward. Try to make this movement as smooth as possible. Exhale, lower down slowly all the way to your mat. Inhale, lift up, Cobra Pose. This time we'll hold. Fingertips come off the ground. Hold for 3. Here's 2. And 1. Exhale, release. Push into your hands, back up to that tabletop. Sink your hips back, but tuck your toes this time. Lift your knees off the ground, heels press back, downward facing dog pose. And wow, this feels really tight to me today, so I'm sure it might feel tight for you as well. Take your time to bend one knee at a time, move your hips side to side, and just breathe into your legs, releasing those calves, your hamstrings, your hips. Next, we'll move into a similar dynamic sequence. So come back to your down dog, heels press down. This time as you inhale, roll forward, you'll find your high plank position. Legs are long, press into your hands, shoulders tall. Drop your knees lightly to your mat. Then bend your elbows lower all the way down to the ground. This time, inhale, lift upward facing dog. Heart is open, shoulders down, gaze up. Exhale, send your hips back, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, roll forward, high plank position. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, lower down. Inhale, lift upward facing dog. Arms are straight, heart is tall. Exhale, send it back, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, roll forward. Exhale, knees come lightly to your mat, bend your elbows lower all the way down. Inhale, lift upward facing dog. Exhale, send it back, tuck your toes, downward facing dog pose. Nice work. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. This time, inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and walk your feet up to the top of your mat. When you get there, feet are hip distance apart, fold forward. Find a ragdoll so upper body can completely round. Just drop your head down and nod your head yes, shake your head no. You can grab opposite elbows if that feels good. Maybe swing side to side. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, release your arms down. Lift up halfway. Hands come to your shins, lengthen through your spine. Exhale your hands to your hips. Then press into your feet, slowly rise all the way up to a stand. Roll your shoulders back. Feet come together. Take your hands next to your side. We'll start here with the sun salutation. Reach your arms up. Inhale, gaze up towards your fingertips. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, take it back to a plank position. You're welcome to drop your knees again, or you can choose to move through a full chaturanga, so knees stay lifted, elbows bend, hover halfway. Inhale, lift upward facing dog. Then exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Once you get there, exhale it out. Now 4 more breaths like that on your own. And as you're breathing, think about your hands reaching wide, grip into your fingertips a little bit. Lift your hips higher. Your gaze should be towards your thighs. Sink your heels a little deeper, maybe toes even lift off your mat a little bit so we get some engagement through the backs of your legs. On your next inhale, look forward, bend your knees. You have an option to step or hop your feet up to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold forward. Press into your feet, reach your arms up tall, gaze up towards your fingertips. Exhale, float your hands down next to your side. Let's try 2 more. Big breath in, look up. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up, halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, walk it back to a plank position. Chaturanga, knees down, is always there for you. Inhale, lift upward facing dog. Exhale, send it back downward facing dog, or remember, you can always come into child's pose, so you choose what you need in this moment. Sometimes I just think child's pose feels so yummy, so I like to choose that instead of down dog, just because it feels good. Let's take 3 more breaths. 2. And 1. Meet me back in that down dog. If you weren't already, then look forward. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold forward. Press into your feet, reach your arms up, gaze up. Exhale, release down. Last sun salutation, A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, take it back to plank. Move through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Take a couple breaths here. Sink your heels deeper. One more breath in. Stay for your exhale. Stay in your down dog. Walk your feet together at the back of your mat, so feet are touching. Then lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Open your hips and bend your right knee in half. When you get there, you can take some circles through your ankle or your knee or your hip and work out any tightness you might be feeling there. This is really just a place to explore movement and what feels good to you. On your next inhale, lengthen through your right leg. Exhale, lower down. Let's switch to the other side. Left leg lifts high. Inhale. Exhale, bend that top knee in half. Maybe take some ankle spins. You probably just heard my ankle pop. And then move your knee or your hip if you'd like to. On your next inhale, lengthen through your left leg. Exhale, release it down. On your next inhale, roll forward. Find a high plank position. Drop your knees to your mat and stand up onto your knees. If you need some extra cushion here, you can double roll up your mat or take a blanket underneath your knees. I think we did this last week if you watched my YouTube video last week. So we're going to sink back onto our heels. Right hand comes down behind us. If that's too far away for you, you can take a prop like a water bottle or a block or a book underneath there. We're going to sweep our left arm forward and press our hips forward and then sink back down. Switch to the other side. Left hand behind you. Sweep your right hand forward. Reach your hips forward. Little back bend here. And release down. So let's do that a couple times, moving back and forth. And you can definitely move slower than me if this is a little too fast for you. So right hand back, left arm forward, hips press forward, heart lifts tall. And then exhale, release. Left hand behind you, reach your hips forward. And release down. One more each side. So right hand down, left arm sweeps forward. Press your hips a little higher. Exhale. Last time, left arm behind you. Inhale, lift your hips. Right arm reaches up tall. And exhale. Release. Nice work. Unroll your mat if you had it rolled up. Knees come together. You're sitting on your shins. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can always take a prop underneath your hips. So if you place a block right here and then you sit on the block, it's a little bit easier for your knees. If this is too much for you, then just abandon this pose and come into a normal seat. It doesn't matter. So we're going to stay here for a few moments. If you're in this pose with me, you'll maybe feel a little stretch to the tops of your quads. Lengthen taller through the crown of your head. When you're ready, reach your arms up over your head towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers. Flip your palms up towards the ceiling and reach tall. Maybe lift your gaze. So very open pose here. Take another breath in. Exhale. Gently release that down. Let's do it one more time. Lift up. Inhale. Flip your palms. Reach up tall through the base of your hands, reaching towards the ceiling. Exhale. Release all the way down. Great. Come back forward to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Find downward facing dog. This time we'll lift our right leg up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, draw your right knee forward, step between your hands, drop your back knee down. Keep your left hand down, reach your right arm up, nice big twist. If you'd like to take this a little deeper, you could tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. As you're breathing here, reach your gaze higher if that's comfortable for your neck. Extend through your fingertips a little bit more. We've got one more deep breath in. Exhale, gently release down. So a little transition here. You're going to take that back foot. If your back knee is not lifted, go ahead and lift it up. Place your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. Take your right forearm to your right thigh and then reach open into extended side angle. So here, that top arm can either reach straight up or it can reach over your head diagonally, so your palm is down and your fingertips are reaching up over your head. On your next inhale, come up to warrior two. Arms come wide. You still have a nice deep bend in your front knee. Flip your front palm, inhale. Exhale, find reverse warrior. Inhale, come back through to the center. We're going to take our hands to heart center. I know I'm facing away, but my hands are at my heart. Turn your back toes out just a little bit. Straighten your front leg. Woo, and then bend into your back leg. Try to find balance. Sink your hips a little deep. So you can just go about this far. If you want to sink all the way down, you can, but you don't have to. You can just stop halfway. Then come back forward. Find that warrior two. We're going to do that a couple more times. So hands to heart center. Bend into your back knee. Straighten your front leg. And then come back, warrior two. Lots of strength through the very center of your legs here. Sink back. And then come forward. Last one. Sink all the way back. And come forward. Nice, find warrior two. Windmill your hands around, frame your front foot. Your back knee stays off the ground. Lift up into Anjaneyasana or crescent lunge. Lift your gaze high. We'll take a mini back bend here. Bend your elbows, lift your heart, gaze up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, reach back tall. Exhale, frame your front foot. Bend your back knee, we'll set that down to the ground. Sink back into a half split. So fingertips to your mat, or you can find a prop if you need it. Pull your toes back towards your face. Lift your heart really tall. As you exhale, sink a little deeper. Here's one more deep breath in. Exhale. Rebend into your front knee. When you're ready, tuck your back toes, palms are flat, send it back, downward facing dog, and we'll switch to the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee in towards your chest, step forward. Drop your back knee down, right hand stays down. This time, left arm reaches up tall. Again, if you want to take it deeper, you can tuck your back toes and lift your back knee off the ground. Breathe deeply here, lifting your heart taller up towards the ceiling. We've got 3 more breaths. Here's 2. And 1. Exhale, release down. Your back knee is lifted. If it's not already, then place your back heel down onto your mat, 45-degree angle with that back foot. Take your left forearm to your left thigh. Reach your right arm tall, extended side angle. Again, options here. You can reach up straight up, or you can take that hand forward. If you're taking the second variation, think about a straight line from your fingertips all the way back down towards your toes. So there's no break in that straight line. We'll take one more breath here. Exhale. When you're ready, press all the way back up, find warrior 2. Flip your front palm, inhale, exhale to reverse warrior, little back bend. On your next inhale, come back through to the center, hands come to heart center. Turn your back toes outward just a little bit. Straighten your front leg, bend your back knee, sink low. Awesome, inhale, come back through warrior 2. Exhale, sink low. And remember, you can take this all the way down if the flexibility is there and the strength is there, but you don't have to. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, reach out. Last one, exhale. Inhale, come all the way back forward. Find that warrior 2, lengthen tall. Exhale, windmill your hands around, frame your front foot. Press straight up to Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Lift your fingertips taller, big inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows, lift your heart. On your next inhale, reach back up tall. Exhale, release down. Drop your back knee, we'll come into our half split. Fingertips to your mat or to a prop, lift your heart, inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows to sink deeper into this pose. Take a couple more deep breaths. When you're ready, inhale, come forward, bend your front knee, tuck your back toes, send it back downward facing dog pose. Take a couple breaths. And when you're ready, look forward, bend your knees, option to step or hop your feet up to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold once you get there. Press into your feet, reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling, gaze up, exhale, hands float down next to your side. Wonderful. Let's take a forward fold from here. Feet hip distance apart, so that's 2 fist distances apart. You can check that by taking your fists in between your toes. Hands come to your hips, lift up tall, inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, hinge forward, so you should be making this nice tabletop position. Back is at a 90-degree angle. Lift your heart a little taller, press your hips back, then exhale, fold deeper. Bend your knees as much as you need to grab onto your big toes with 2 fingers and the thumb. Lift your heart, inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. So we'll be spending at least 5 deep breaths in this forward fold. Really tune into your breath. I'm going to take a sip of water here. Here's one more deep breath in. Exhale. On your next inhale, lift up halfway. So we're going to take a deeper variation of this forward fold. This time, hands will come underneath your feet. So palms face up, toes touch the backs of your wrists. Again, you can bend your knees as much as you need to get here. And really try to get your toes as far back on your palms as possible. My toes are literally touching my wrists. So once you get there, elbows come wide and you pull yourself down into the pose. And your knees can still be super bent. So if you look at me, my knees are really bent. Over time, you'll work on straightening those legs, but you only straighten as far as you can, keeping your chest on your thighs. So if your chest starts to lift off your thighs, then that's your stopping point. Eventually, you'll get to the point where your legs are straight and your chest is still touching your thighs. Make your breath bigger here. This is a little bit more challenging. Here's one more deep breath in. Exhale. And slowly lift up halfway. Release your hands out from underneath your feet. Hands come to your hips. On your next inhale, come all the way back up to a stand. I'm going to roll our shoulders back. Draw your feet together. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale. As you exhale, sink back into a chair pose. Hips sink back, weight towards your heels, toes nice and light. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, drop your hands to heart center. All right, we're going to take a twist here. So lift up tall through your upper body. Sink down a little deeper through your lower body. Start to twist over to the right. So left elbow comes across your right knee. Press your palms down, lift your heart up. Look up towards that top elbow or maybe even higher. Take 3 breaths. Here's 1. 2. And 3. Inhale, come back through to the center. Exhale, let's twist to the other side. So right elbow across the outside of your left knee. Lift your chest taller, push your hands down. Breathe for 3. Hips nice and low. Here's 2. And 1. Inhale, slowly come all the way back through to the center. Exhale, fold forward. Lift up halfway, lengthen. As you exhale, plant your hands, take it back to plank. Here's another vinyasa. Move through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. When you get there, inhale, lift your right leg super high. Exhale, draw your knee forward, step between your hands. Reach up, Anjaneyasana or crescent lunge. Here's our balance pose for today. Lengthen tall. As you exhale, push off your back foot. Find warrior 3 pose. Arms extend long. Leg extends long behind you. Chest is dropped low, so you want to think about your upper body being parallel to the ground. Hold for 3. You've got it. If you fall out, just come right back in. Here's 2. And 1. Slowly sink back. Find that Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Great work. Lift up tall. Exhale, frame your front foot. Take it back just to down dog. We'll meet in down dog. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee comes forward, step between your hands. Reach up tall, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, push forward. Find your warrior 3 pose. Woo, I need more room. Okay, so arms reach long, back leg long. Lift up through your core center and breathe. Here's 2 more breaths. And 1, sink back. Find Anjaneyasana, lift your arms up tall. Exhale, frame your front foot, take it back to plank. This time, last chaturanga, make it a good one. Maybe those knees stay lifted. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, sink back into child's pose. Take a couple deep breaths. Notice how your hips feel. Maybe they feel a little bit more open towards the end of class. And when you're ready, come up to your tabletop position. We're just going to swing around and come all the way down to a seat. We'll start with our legs extended long. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Take that knee out to the side. Pull your left toes back towards your face. Lift your chest up. Inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward and find a forward fold. So don't worry about how far you fold forward in this pose. Just focus in on the sensations of the pose. If you're feeling a stretch, you're doing it right. There's no goal of trying to make the pose look a certain way. It's all about how it feels. Take a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, come all the way back up to the top. So this is similar to the little back bending we did earlier. You're going to keep your right knee where it is. Take your right hand behind you. Left arm sweeps forward. You'll roll up onto your right knee. Hips reach tall. Gaze behind you. Fingertips reach really long. Take a few breaths here. And again, those hips reach as high as possible. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release down. Fold back forward over your left leg. And then slowly come up to the top. Our right foot's in, so let's just draw our left foot in to meet it. We'll come into Baddha Konasana. So feet together, knees apart, lift your heart, inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Here's one more deep breath in. Exhale. When you're ready, come back up to the top. So this time we'll keep our left knee in. Extend your right leg long out in front of you. Activate your foot, so toes pull back. Lift up tall, inhale. And as you exhale, frame that front leg and fold forward. As you're breathing here, you might notice this side feels different than the other side. And I want you to just embrace that instead of placing judgment on it or expectations on your body to be symmetrical. Just let your body be as it is. For instance, my right hamstring has been way tighter than my left hamstring over the past few weeks. So one side of this pose definitely feels different than the other, and that's okay. I'm just going to breathe into it. Let's take one more deep breath in. Exhale. And slowly come all the way back up to the top. All right, this time left hand comes behind you. Sweep your right arm forward. Lift your hips high. Here's our back bend. Again, hips press as high as you can. Maybe reach your gaze towards that top palm. Hold for 3. Here's 2. And 1. Exhale, release down, fold back over your right leg. And slowly come all the way back up to the top. Draw both of your knees in towards your chest. We can't have a flow class with me unless there's a little bit of core work. So let's lift up tall, hands behind your thighs, tiptoe back to your sit bones, lift your feet off the ground. Boat pose, you can stay here. Challenge yourself though. Reach your arms out if you'd like to. Last challenge, straighten those legs. I'm gonna stay here. You try it today if you want to. Lift up tall, hold for 5. You've got it. Breathe deeply. Shaking is good. Here's 4. Chest taller. 3. Are you breathing? I can't see you, but if you're holding your breath, I can tell. I can feel it through the camera, so make sure you're breathing. Here's 2 more breaths. Lift up even higher. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, lower halfway down. We're not done yet. Legs long, arms out in front of you. Shoulder blades are not touching the ground. Lift back up. Woo! Let's do that 3 times. Exhale. Lift up, core. Yes, nice. 2 more. Lower. Lift up. Last one, lower. Lift up. Hands behind your thighs. Woo! And set it down. Nice work, nice work. Come up to the top of your mat. Hands come out in front of you. And roll super, super slowly all the way down onto your backs. Draw your feet close in towards your hips. Now this is the time when, if you have a ponytail, make sure that ponytail's off of the ground. So my ponytail's low, so it's not affecting the back of my head touching the ground. Drop your shoulder blades down, hands next to your side. Press into your feet, lift your hips up for bridge pose. As you're breathing here, really tap into your shoulders pressing down into the ground. Little activation through your feet and inner thighs. Draw your inner thighs towards each other. Here's one more breath in. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. Nice work. Draw your feet a little closer in towards each other, so just walk them inward. We're going to try that again. This time, right knee comes in and you extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Press into your left foot and lift up. A little bit more challenging. You'll feel a lot more work in your left leg. Hold for 3, 2, hips higher, and 1, exhale, release down. Awesome. So this time, right foot down, lift your left leg high, push into your right foot, lift your hips, breathe. Hold for 3. Here's 2. And 1, exhale. Release down. When you get there, windshield wipe your knees side to side a couple times. And then gently draw your knees in towards your chest. Keep your right knee in towards your chest. Extend your left leg long. You can interlace your fingers underneath your kneecap and just pull in. We'll start to make some circles here. And then circle in the opposite direction. Come back to the middle, left hand on your right knee, right arm extends long. We'll take a twist, so right leg across your body, right shoulder blade stays down, maybe you look over towards your right hand. And when you're ready, come back into the center. Release your right leg. Let's switch to the other side. Left knee comes in. Give it a little hug in towards your body. We'll make those circles first. So circles in one direction. And then make some circles in the opposite direction. Draw your knee close in towards your body. Then extend your left arm long. Take your left leg across your body for a twist. Look over towards your left hand or straight up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, inhale, come back through to the center. Hug both of your knees in towards your chest. I'll give you about a minute here to take any final pose that you feel would complete your practice. So that might be a happy baby or a gentle inversion if that's in your practice, maybe another twist. Take your time, of course, you have plenty of time, but when you're ready and you've balanced out your practice, then extend your legs out in front of you. We'll find Shavasana, our final pose. Hands come down next to your side, palms face up. Let your whole body surrender. Surrender to your practice. Surrender to your breath. Let go of anything else that's left behind that is prohibiting you from being in your most peaceful state in this moment. Know that you can be free. You can be full of peace and ease in this moment. All you have to do is breathe. Take some deeper breaths in and out. And gently move your fingers and your toes, waking back up your senses. Roll your wrists and ankles around. And when you're ready, reach your arms up over your head. Extend through your entire body like a big good morning stretch. And draw your knees in towards your chest. Rock side to side or forward and back, and take your time. Eventually you'll roll all the way back up to a seat. Draw your hands to heart center. Come back to that intention that you set at the beginning of this practice. And know that that intention is within you. You embody that intention. The fact that you were seeking this intention means that you do have it within you. All it takes is a little bit of searching inward. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time on your mat. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.